It's about to get live. We keep it pretty level, no surprise. Come and listen to the topics busted. Yeah, check out our discussion. Keith Norris and D2K. K-Bump 20 on the MIC. Check our night all the way in Germany. Leveled head, you know who that boy is. But they say live and level, live and level. We on the MIC. Live and level, live and level. We just talking them games. Live and level, live and level. Take a seat and listen up, man. Live and level, live and level. What's up, people? This is your boy Leveled Head, and this is another Live and Leveled Gamers podcast. This is episode 170, and we in here. So, yes, we are back. I hope that y'all have had a awesome time since the last time I've been on with you guys. I have the crew -2. But I'm going to let these dudes introduce themselves, starting with Optimus Prime. Go ahead. You muted if you're talking, D2.
Hello.
And Mufasa. What's up, bro?
What's going on, folks? What's going on?
Now, if you live in the live chat, I would love for you to go ahead and start signing off there. Trying to see why I can't hear myself as good as I want to. There it is. I didn't have my earphones up loud enough. But go ahead and start signing off in the live chat. We have to pivot on the topic that we were going to do. This was supposed to be a MCU-focused podcast. But since one of our compadres could not make it, since he's what he said is under the weather, we will postpone.
Why are you talking like that?
Why am I talking like? Let me stop talking like that. D2K said I'm talking.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Oh, wait a minute.
Slap yourself!
Oh my God! Stupid. How about that? But anyway, K-Bum is under the weather, so we will not do the MCU focused podcast. We will put that off until he's over the weather. And when he's over, I'm sorry.
It's called congratulations. You played yourself.
Okay, so when he's feeling much better, we will have that discussion. But in the meanwhile, we have the crew here, and we got a few things we're going to talk about. But before we get into our topics, what's been good, fellas? Anything special going you guys' ways?
No, just working, trying to find other sources of income. I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, they're looking at Trump do stupid stuff in the White House.
Oh man, we don't even want to talk about that. I mean, if you want to, we can talk about it, but I ain't got nothing good to say.
No.
No key, D2.
No.
We got Ninsen Gamer in the house. What's up, bro? And we got Brother Cornelius in the house. So as y'all sign in, I'll give you a live shout out here on the podcast. Yeah, Trump is tripping, man. I don't know. It's time to give him the boot. Alex Prime is in the house. I felt like saying Prim, but it just didn't fit this time. But yeah, man, outside of Trump and his shenanigans, what else been good, man? What else been good? Did anybody catch the Spider-Man trailer? Did anybody catch the Spider-Man trailer?
And we talking about that now, Sam? Has it been?
No, I don't think we did.
What Spider-Man trailer?
The new one.
Far Away From Home. Spider-Man.
I haven't seen.
You haven't seen the trailer for it?
Nope. The last trailer I saw was for the John Wick 3. That's the last one I saw.
Oh, that's awesome too. I went back and watched 1 so that I can be up to date on all of them. I seen 2 before 1. I wish I would have seen 1 before 2. But 1 is good, but I still think 2 is kind of dope, man. Maybe it's because I saw it first, but I like 2. I think 2 is really good. I think 1 was good, but 2 was amazing to me. So I'm looking forward to 3. Anything else before we get off into this? Anything?
No.
All right. Well, let's get on to these.
Hold on. We can shout out D2K. He made a commercial. I don't know if you want to put that out there, but I think what I saw was pretty dope. I don't know if you want to put it out there, but if y'all want to check out his channel, his YouTube channel, really dope.
Oh yeah. Do that, D2. Let folks know what you're doing, man.
Okay. I think it's the first video that you'll see when you go to my channel anyway. So I just put a link to it in the group chat or the live chat, I should say.
Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Hold up, Keith. We get to do this.
It's called congratulations. You played
D2K for the first time ever.
I made plenty of mistakes before that. So.
I just never caught it. Caught it, D2.
Not paying attention.
Anyway, we got to welcome Matrix to the podcast. And he has subbed. I got a sub. Okay. Look, you see what Cornelia said? Yeah, he doing commissions with a big booty. Yeah, my wife. I showed my wife. I said, look, check out my boy. I was like, this D2K, man. She's like, he must like full figure bodies. I was like, well, I mean, he good at drawing them now. I can't knock him. I wasn't mad. I said I was drooling a little bit. I was messing with her, but I did say that. But no, man, it was dope. So we got to talk after this. Don't let me forget to bring up what we was talking about earlier. But anyway, outside of that, go check out D2K, man. He got his art up, and if you're looking for posters or anything, you need to check him out. He might get what you want. I might have to give me some stuff to make my wall look nice down here. Cornelius, don't be laughing at me, man. We was checking out the thickness. But anyway, so let's get into this. What you been gaming on? I'm gonna start with Keith Norris. What you been gaming on, bro?
I think the only thing I've actually gained on is Spider-Man, and that's only because me and my son been playing it. I haven't really made it too far. I think I fought the Shocker.
Okay.
And that's about it. I hadn't really just dove deep into it.
So what did you think about the first, should I say, it's been out for a while. What did you think about the first boss encounter?
Was that Kingpin? Was it what do we
Kingpin.
I thought it was interesting. I thought it was of course, if you played it, quick time events and stuff like that, but I thought it was pretty interesting.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't really have too much to say. Graphically, it was beautiful. It was definitely Spider-Man with his antics and the things that he was saying to Kingpin. I thought all of it was like relevant to the character and Kingpin, if that makes sense. Because sometimes games can drop the ball, but it felt like I was really in the Spider-Man universe. So I liked it.
Okay. Just in case y'all feel like K-Bum is missed, slap yourself.
But we got Smash Bros though.
So we got him here in spirit.
Why you have to slap him first?
I hit the wrong button. I need to. Don't do me like that.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
I did hit the wrong button. You didn't have to put that key. But anyway.
But we got Smash Bros.
So he's in the building. We gonna have his voice here and there. But what you been gaming on, Mr. D2?
Well, I haven't been gaming a whole lot because I've been busy working. Other than playing, I take a time out to play my normal. What I play every day.
Yeah, I know.
But last time I was on my friend's house, which is maybe a week or so ago, we're playing a lot of Halo Master Chief Collection, and I don't know when this happened, but they've completely changed around the matchmaking process on Master Chief Collection. Now it's similar to the way it was anybody who remember like the LAN parties and stuff back in the early 2000s where you're like playing on GameSpy and Xbox Connect and X-Link Kai and stuff like that, where you would just select the boards that you want to play, select the type of match, whether it's Slayer, Team Slayer, King of the Hill, Oddball, whatever, and then you just play those matches over and over and over instead of just rolling the dice. Now it's sort of set up like that to where you can say, okay, we just want to play Team Slayer. We just want to play Halo 2 boards. And we want to have these options here and there. Now, they still pick the boards for you. It's still like a random boards that you play on. But at least you can narrow it down to, you know, a section. Like you're only going to play Halo 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or the Anniversary Edition boards like that. And they there's some little cosmetic things they did here and there as far as like making the icons of the characters, your actual gamer tag icon from your Xbox Live would appear over your head instead of just saying your name.
Okay.
And like when you're playing against the other team, when you can't see them, you see their names, but it's highlighted in red, so they're easier to see when you know where they are and stuff like that. So it's they made it a little bit more user friendly, and it's a lot more fun to play. I think now it's still not perfect, but hopefully they'll continue that with the next Halo.
Okay. All right. I wonder, do you think they gonna have to come with a new Halo when they bring these new this new Xbox out? What you think?
The Halo Infinite, you forgot about that?
That's right. Again.
It's called congratulations. You played yourself.
So anyway, let me go ahead and mind, man. As far as me, I've been on Smash. That's basically what I've been playing. I've been trying to get all the different characters. And one thing I do like, man, is I got Ganondorf. Is that how you say it? Ganondorf? Ganondorf is a Ganondorf.
You can combine in two different characters.
Okay, so Gandalf is a different from Ganon.
Gandalf is from the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. Okay, all right.
It's called congratulations. You played yourself.
I'm getting a lot of that tonight, but
tossed in the Patara.
Ganon. I just say Ganon. Can I just say that? Ganon. Anyway, I got him a few days back. And he's a real heavy, slow character, but when he hits you, he sends you flying. And but one thing that irks me is when I get the characters that I want, like I got up to get Ryu, and Ryu kicked my tail. he put a good smashing on me, man, and didn't get a chance to get him. And Bayonetta did the exact same thing. Matter of fact, I had Solid Snake, and some kind of way I got distracted and didn't realize where I was. And got a ring out, and on those you only get one ring out, and you lose the opportunity to gain that character. But I've been playing that. My roster is I'm up to about 25 characters now, and I'm enjoying it. I really am enjoying Smash, more so than I have in the past. And we're gonna talk about Smash as one of our topics. But what else did I play? I haven't jumped on Tomb Raider in a while. I probably need to do that. And Keith has been talking about this Resident Evil 2, but that's one of our topics. Yeah. So I've seen the demo being played, but I haven't played it yet. I know they got a free demo up on the for download for the system. So, but I haven't downloaded it yet to actually experience it. And I'm pretty sure both you guys have, haven't you?
I played it, yeah.
Okay.
Well, I tried to. We'll get it.
That's right. Later. All right. So I haven't gotten a chance to play that, but I plan on playing it before the weekend is out. But yeah, Smash Bros. Been about it with my schedule and what I've been doing in my studio, upgrading things and trying to take it to the next level. I've been kind of more focused on my music and getting things together so I can start back. Who was that? What was that?
That was me. Go ahead.
Just.
It's called congratulations. You played yourself.
I was in full stride with my no, I'm just playing. So anyway, but yeah, Smash has been all I've been playing. So speaking of Smash,
but we got Smash Bros.
Let's go into this first topic. So I saw, and I know you guys have seen that. I guess the MPD numbers or is it MPD or MP? What is it?
That's right.
MPD numbers have come out, and for the last few weeks, we've been hearing about how crazy the sales for Smash, and not just Smash, but the Switch. To hear that the Switch actually outsold both the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox, both in sales and money earned. And I think it outsold both of them combined far as December, if I'm not mistaken. Am I right on that?
Yeah.
We had to contribute a large portion of that, I believe, to Smash Bros, right? I would think so. And I was thinking about, our position when Smash was being, to me, overly marketed and, kind of wearing out the message. We didn't want to see another direct with Smash. And we got to talk about what's going on with the fact that we haven't seen a direct this month yet. Our normal routine from Nintendo seems to be a little bit differently. And that's another topic that we get in later. But I have to ask the question, and I'm going to throw this at you first, Keith. Were we wrong about Smash? Go ahead.
I ain't taking no L's tonight. No. I'm gonna take the L. I'm gonna take the L only because I was using past numbers, because Nintendo consoles have been declining outside of the Wii. They have been on a decline. So when I look at the past numbers, I say, okay, well, Smash isn't really moving units. Clearly, it can't be moving units if the consoles are constantly declining. But they're moving a lot of units of the game. The game is selling a lot. It's always up 7, 8, 9, 10 million units sold. So I guess I didn't consider the fact that the Switch is actually doing a lot better, and it's turned the ship around for Nintendo. So it's going to look a lot differently. And I'm actually over here reading. If I could just read this for a second. It says Nintendo. December was a big month for Nintendo. 7 of the top 20 games are exclusive to Nintendo systems, which is significantly more than any other publisher. Every Nintendo game is benefiting from the Switch's success, which I didn't account for. Mario Kart 8, for example, finished 2008 as the second best-selling racer ever behind only Mario Kart Wii. And we know how great that sold. Nintendo generated more revenue than any other game publisher for the first time since 2009. That doesn't include in-game spending, though. Oh, okay. Okay. But let's get real. December is really all about one game for Nintendo, and you know what it is. And that was Smash Brothers. So yeah, I'll eat some crow on this one, man. I'll eat some crow. I was wrong. I'll probably end up getting Smash myself later on down the road. Not really interested right now, personally, but it's been doing great for Nintendo. Kudos to them. Kind of a gift and a curse, because that means we're probably going to get another one.
You think Kazurai gonna? He dang near lose his arms or some limb every time he works on
it don't even matter who he is.
That dude gonna stroke out if we get another Smash. Hold up, my baby screaming. Just a sec. Go ahead.
I was gonna say somebody gonna make a Smash Brothers game. If it ain't him, somebody gonna do it, because they're not gonna let that cash cow go.
No. Well, I think the reason why they call it Ultimate, because they don't really need to make another actual game, at least not for the Switch. They could just have DLC going forward.
True.
You don't need to build another. What would be the point? If they ever have any aspirations to make another console, down the line, that's when you get another Smash. But for the time being, just more DLC. But I'm not really sure what they can really do, because they pack so much into this game. I mean, what is there really left to do other than to add characters that are outside of the video game universe? And that will open up a big, huge cornucopia of ideas. But they've been trying to keep it limited to actual video game characters for Smash, and that's the reason why certain characters like Goku and whatnot have not found its way over to Smash Bros. So, to
build on what you just said, ain't it interesting that they did not put a character from ARMS into Smash? I saw that a topic on that somewhere, but why didn't the ARMS character make it into Smash?
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. I mean, they still you going forward, you will see characters from ARMS. You'll see more characters from other games that Nintendo's making, finding a way into Smash Bros. To keep the gravy train going, so they don't have to make another one. Because what would be the point? It's not going to look any different than the one they have now. So you might as well wait till you get your next generation hardware, whenever that happens down the line, and then give us another Smash Bros. But DLC will work fine for right now.
Welcome to the show, The Truth. He said the truth is here. Anyway, so D2K, you was already talking. So what's your thoughts? Were we wrong about Smash?
Well, I wasn't, because I didn't say it was going to sell badly. So,
first, I never said it wasn't going to sell. I said it wasn't going to move Switch units. But,
yeah, I think that's what I'm more referring to. Our assessment on it being a unit mover. I'm a hide behind Keith. I kind of just agreed with Keith on that topic. I didn't really say it, but I didn't disagree with it. I thought he was right on the money. I've never seen where the Switch where Smash has moved units, and clearly Smash is moving units. So I wasn't expecting that. So I had to eat. I'm with Keith. We eating crow, and because I was like, I knew it would sell decent. I definitely wasn't. It's the same with Mario Odyssey. I knew it would sell well, but I did not expect it to sell like it sold, and I definitely did not expect Smash to be selling like it's currently selling. I think the game is ain't it like at 3 million here in the States already, or
that I don't know.
It's like I'm gonna look up the numbers, and if y'all listening, give me the numbers on the different regions, how Switch, Smash is doing. I think it's at 3+ million here in the States. I think it already crossed over 1 million or so in Japan and others. So it's moving like crazy.
7.5 million total, 2.1 in Japan, 3.75 in North America, 1.4 in Europe.
That's crazy, man. 2-point-something million in Japan already. That's crazy, bro.
Do we trust VG charts?
Well, I mean, it doesn't really make any difference. I mean, that number is close to what it is.
It's just a close number. Yeah, it's reliable enough to where you were around the ballpark. You might not be right on it. Could be maybe a million more, a million, or 100,000 more, 100,000 less. I'll say something like that.
And it's the only time it's not reliable is when the numbers first come out. When information has been out there for a while, they have times to retune their numbers to where they actually are. So, it's not a big deal.
So, is it a big deal that Nintendo was able to outsell both the Xbox and the PlayStation combined, and outsell the PlayStation physically and made more cash? Is this shocking, or
no,
is it to be expected?
No, because this is what Nintendo does. Every holiday season, they rack up the cash. They do this every single holiday season. They've been doing this for the past 30 years. This is the place where Nintendo cashes in. They bank on it. They know it's coming. They know how much money they sell. They are the best at putting together packages or bundles for their consoles. They already knew that we're going to make a lot of money this holiday season selling Switches just because it's a Switch. So let's make sure we tie Smash Bros into that, and that's why they made sure that the online was tied in and got that out of the way before Smash Bros came out. They knew what they're doing. It's called marketing, and we were talking about this in the group chat that Smash Bros is probably the most heavily marketed game by Nintendo that I've seen in over 10 years, maybe since the Wii, because everywhere. I mean, I'm seeing commercials for Smash Bros. All over the place. All over the place. I'm seeing them in football games. I'm seeing them in regular primetime shows. I'm even seeing them on streaming networks. Like I'm watching, there's a streaming network called Tubi, Tubi. It's a free streaming network, but they have commercials and stuff. And the commercials only come on where a commercial would normally come if you're watching something on TV, so it's not a big deal. But I was watching G1 Transformers. and I was watching. I think I watched the whole season straight back to back, and it had to be like 20 to 25 episodes. Every single episode had a Smash Bros. Commercial in it. Every last one of them. So when you spend that much money on advertising your product, then people are going to respond to it. The Smash Bros. Fan base is definitely going to be there to buy it, but people who either didn't know the game was coming out or maybe were on the fence about it, you see all these commercials, it's like, hey, buy me. Hey, it's Smash Bros. Hey, did you know Smash Bros. Is coming out? Hey, it's Smash Bros. Hey. Eventually you say, you know what? Let me go get this game. So
now I'll go finish your thought.
So, you know, to me, it's like this is what Nintendo does. And, you know, unless I can't remember the last time Sony had a big game in December. You know, I can't remember what a big heavyweight game that was.
Would you say holiday, or would I would say maybe not December, but I could definitely remember a game that they had holiday season. That was The Last of Us, but not that came out in December. I can't think of one.
Well, I mean, holiday season. I mean, you know, which one was it? The first Last of Us for the
PlayStation 3, I think was holiday.
Yeah. I mean, it's not something they normally do. But Nintendo normally has something waiting for you in the holiday season. Usually a Mario title or a Smash Bros. Title, a Pokemon title. There's always something big in the holiday season that they know is going to sell units. And they've gotten this down to a science. Like I said, they've been doing this for 30 years.
Let me send this shout out to K Genius. Welcome to the show. So let me take this here. Me and Keith was kind of talking about this, and we were trying to assess, like, are we not, how did I put it? Are we not really appreciating what we're seeing? Because, you know, we all 30 plus, right? I would think. I know I am. Or who here is not in their 30s? Okay, so we all 30 plus.
Well, not in their 30s. Well, I'm not in my 30s.
I'm talking about not as under 30. I'm talking about not at least 30. I ain't trying to put us on blast, but we old in the game. You know, we've been here for a while. And so
did you say old in the game or old in the gang?
Game.
Okay, because that could be a nice title for singing group. Old in the game.
but so me and Keith was looking at, you know, and this whole thing about Nintendo trying to reach 20 million by the physical year, or their physical year, I guess. Well, how you say it, Keith?
Fiscal.
Okay, yeah. What Keith said.
I
can't hear you. I can't hear you.
It's called congratulations. You played yourself.
So anyway, they trying to reach 20 million now, and I got to thinking about it. I was like, oh yeah, they're gonna be about 22, 23 million systems sold. And I was like, wait a minute. They was saying they had moved 20 million last year. At this time, they had already moved 20 million.
So I think they were saying they wanted to move 20 million more.
Right, I didn't
from the point they were at the time when they made that statement.
Right, and I did not look at it that way. Right, see, and that's what me and Keith was talking about, and the fact that the Switch right now sitting at 38, between 36 to 40 million Switches already moved in under 2 years. Like, are we not really appreciating what we're seeing? Because it's Nintendo, and we tend to, I don't think we take it for granted, or because we can't, because the Wii U was what it was. But are we not really looking at the phenomenon that the Switch is because it's the Switch? Does that make sense? Like, because it's not the most powerful, it's not a PlayStation, it's not an Xbox, it ain't doing nothing earth shattering. It's a cool little device, and I like it. I love the Switch. Don't downplay. Don't take my words wrong. Like I'm shading the Switch. But are we not really fully looking at what's taking place here? Because when I really thought, I was like, man, the Switch is about to cross 40 million in under 2 years. Like that's crazy.
Now where do you get this almost 40 million number from?
Well, last year they moved 20 million
because right now they have it listed at 30.1 million.
Right, and that's before that's before all of what's taking place over the holiday season.
No, this is as of December 29th.
Well, what I read is the analyst said Nintendo has either reached 40 or right on 40.
Where is that? Would you have a link to that?
I had to find it. When I find it, I'm
that's a really big discrepancy there.
Well, reason because I remember, Keith, I put them numbers in there, and I put the article up where the dude was saying.
I got to go all the way back.
Yeah, I'm gonna find it where they basically projecting the Switch is going to reach Nintendo's goal of 20 million for this year. That's what they were saying. Nintendo is going to reach that goal. And if they reach that goal, that will put them at 40.
Well, that means they would have to sell 10 before March.
What I'm saying, them numbers might not be reflecting the true numbers. That's my point. But I find the link and put it in here. But my point is, are we not really looking at, like, Nintendo is right at passing up the Xbox One. Like, they right there about to pass Xbox in total sales in under a year and a half, in under 2 years. Now the PlayStation 4 is a phenomenon. It ain't nothing you can say south of amazing to Sony. But looking away from Sony for a moment, Nintendo is moving way faster than I would think any of us would ever have thought they would be moving, especially coming off of the Wii U. Would you have projected that the Switch and Nintendo would be moving at this pace coming off of the failure of the Wii U? And my question was, is this the biggest comeback in gaming history?
First of all, I put what you said in the chat.
I see it. I'm looking at it now.
I would say yes. It has to be because I mean, the Wii U was at 13 million like worldwide.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then before that, of course, you had the Wii, but before that, you had the GameCube, which was on a decline, like I mentioned earlier. Then decline in front of the original NES is what I'm basing it on. I think it was NES and Super NES, and then it just kills. It's like a stair, like you're just going down, and then you had that spike with the Wii. So yes, I would definitely say it's a huge comeback. And here's the thing. Nintendo, honestly, like I love the games. Like I love Zelda when it came out. I couldn't get enough of that game. And then they brought out the pitiful DLC, in my opinion. Of course, they had Mario Kart again and all these other games before. A lot of people, there isn't that earth-shattering game. So for them to be moving units and to be doing as much as they are doing with the Switch, with not that earth-shattering, let's just call it what it is. They don't have a The Last of Us or Spider-Man or God of War, and I'm intentionally naming Sony games on purpose. They don't even have those type of games, but yet they're still moving these types of units because it's portable. The games that they do have are great, you know what I mean? But I still don't feel like those games reach everybody. What else? Portable, the games are great. The online, whatever. Not gonna touch the online, but what they're doing with the Switch, they're proving stuff, and the third-party games like the Wolfensteins, the Dooms, these games that you probably didn't even think were gonna be on this console, the LA Noirs. All of these games are available to you to play on a plane, on a train, sitting over your grandmother's house. I seen a kid the other day. I was at this conference. He was sitting there playing Smash Brothers while we were all like being adults, and he was just sitting there playing Smash Brothers away from his TV, the full 720p version of the game, not the portable 3DS game anymore. You know what I mean? So he's sitting there playing the full game of Smash Brothers right there. You know what I mean? So it's like it's a great in between, I would say, and it's the perfect in between. It scratches an itch. So you gotta give they struck. Nintendo's very smart about that. They struck with the Wii with the motion control, and they struck with this, and they know when to strike. I guess you could say. So,
Okay.
Shout out to them.
D2?
We can't really add any to that. I mean, they understand.
I can't find this stuff on.
They can't. They understand how, like I said, how to market. They're of the big three. They're the best marketing of the three because they've had so much experience doing it, and their overall company philosophy is very marketing friendly because it encompasses everybody. It's not just going after certain demographics. They did what they needed to do in terms of with the form factor of the Switch. They needed to come up with an idea real quick, something that would be readily accessible to everybody, something that anybody could want to pick up and play. That's how the Wii got successful, because it was something that wasn't complicated. People said, oh, this looks like a remote control. I use those every day. So everybody was able to pick up a Wii and start playing it. They didn't have to learn how to play video games. They just had to learn how to use muscles that they use every single day, but now they're doing it for fun. Well, now in this day and age, and I don't think anybody really looked at it this way before, but we're in the information age where everybody has some type of mobile device in their hands every single day. So everybody is used to holding a cell phone or a tablet every single day as part of everyday life. So now when you have a console that is a tablet, that feels natural to people who aren't gamers. And they're more enticed to go and buy a console that feels close to something that they touch every single day, just like with the Wii. So I don't know if they thought about it like that, but it makes sense to me, and it seems to be working because people are buying the Switch hand over fist. And a lot of people, for some people, it's become more of a popularity thing. They're not even playing the games. They just put the picture on Instagram. Hey, look at me. I've got one of these. So that goes to show you just how popular the system is, where people are just putting the Switch out there. They want props because they actually have it. They can care less about what the games are on there. They just say, I got me a Switch too. That makes me cool. Huh? So, but hey, they did what they needed to do. It's working. So let's see how long they can keep this gravy train going.
Let me send a shout out to Lurking Ghoul. He asked the question. He said, Leveled, are you going to play Resident Evil 2? And I replied, yes, working up the nerve to as we speak. Will I finish it? Most definitely, probably not. But I'm definitely going to give it a shot. I was, before we switch to that topic, stand on this for a second. D2K said something that I wanna build on. Now that, because 2018, I'm gonna be honest, compared to 2017, 2018 for the Switch was underwhelming. Is that fair to say? I think it was.
What year?
This past year, 2018,
up until October, yeah.
As compared to 2017, was underwhelming, in my opinion, as a Switch owner. Not that it wasn't a good year, it didn't have good games, it did. But as far as what they did 2017, 2018 fell short of that, in my opinion. What do we expect? And why haven't we seen? Let me rephrase that. What do we expect? And is this affecting why we haven't seen a direct? Like the anticipation for this year, is that the reason we haven't seen a direct? And then what do we expect from this year from Nintendo before we move on? Let's get all Nintendo out now, and then we move on, and then we ain't got to jump back to this topic.
I don't even know, man. It's funny because I didn't even think about a direct until you mentioned it in the chat earlier. When you posted, I was like, man, we sure hadn't seen a direct. What's going on? What do we expect, or what can I expect? I mean, they gotta be cooking up something for Nintendo to go like radio silent, or they could just be, not Uncle Scrooge. Is it Uncle Scrooge? Who's the rich guy playing
Uncle Scrooge?
Scrooge McDuck.
Scrooge McDuck, yeah.
They could just be Scrooge McDucking it right now, rolling in the coins. I don't know.
Swimming in the coin.
Swimming in the coin. Screw a direct. We just gonna play in this money that we just made. I don't know, but I'm expecting some, Metroid this year, at least something. I'm expecting something from Metro. Who's that guy? Who's the people? Retro. I'm expecting something from Retro Studios.
And you just brought up the other point. We're gonna get there in a second though. But go ahead. So you expect? I'm not expecting. I lost. I'm gonna be honest with you. Well, I'm gonna save it. I'll save it after D2K.
But yeah, I'm expecting a lot this year. They got all of their heavy hitters out of the way. Honestly, I'm expecting more from what's the guy, Luigi's Mansion. I'm probably not interested in Yoshi, but who knows? I could get that, and me and my son can play it since he's coming of age to where he can play games and stuff. I don't know. I expect a lot from Nintendo this year. Because like you said, 2018 was very,
parse. Yeah, I mean, outside of, like D2K said, outside of October 2018, far as first party offerings, Nintendo was kind of quiet. We had some third party offerings, but for the most part, they was quiet outside of, I would say, indie titles was kind of what was carrying them. So go ahead, D2K, share your thoughts. What do you expect? And is this all this, the sales and what Smash is doing? Are these things affecting why directly a direct result for why we haven't seen a direct yet this year?
I really don't know. I don't think it's really here nor there. I think that they already have this, whatever they're going to do, they already have it planned. I don't think that they were really caught by surprise by the sales of the Switch and Smash Bros. Like I said earlier, I think that's what they were expecting because they put too much effort and money into it. I mean, if it hadn't turned out that way, I would have been surprised. So I think that whatever they're planning to do, they'll do it. There's a lot of things on the table for Nintendo this year. And even though Sony and Microsoft do have games coming out this year, they're going to be really good. They're kind of, I won't say they were going to put it in cruise control, but they're kind of like finishing up, just wrapping things up with this generation and getting ready for the next one. So they're not going to be that focused on what's going on this year. It's going to be more or less setting the table for next year. So that means that the table is clear for Nintendo to eat in 2019. And this is where you really want to broaden your footprint out there by dropping a lot of major titles. And Nintendo is a company that they don't have to leave a lot of hints about what they're going to do. They can just show up with Nintendo Direct and bust out with like 6-7 AAA games out of nowhere. That's what Nintendo likes to do. They can do that and be like, whoa. I mean, we've seen it happen before where they have a Nintendo Direct and it's like over. We're like going all the way back to like there was the Nintendo Direct the January of 2013. Remember that one?
Yeah.
Remember how they just dropped all those bombs and games that nobody knew anything about? It was like, whoa.
Talking about the one when they had Xenoblade X Chronicles, that one?
Yeah, and all that stuff. Like, whoa, they could be doing something like that because they kind of have to, because you were explaining how it was kind of dry in terms of first-party titles in 2018, so you had enough time to get everything together. And even if the games are not coming out till later on this year, you can at least announce these games pretty soon. Like, hey, we're working on this, we're working on this, we're working on that. You've already established that you can show a game that's in progress when you showed us that animated GIF file for Metroid Prime last year. So, you can do that again. So if it's something that you're going to be working on, it's not going to be ready for till 2021 or something like that, go ahead and show it. Whatever it might be.
Okay. We got Tony in the building. I'm doing good, bro. Welcome to the show. We need you to chime in on these topics. I'm gonna say this, man. You brought up Retro Studios, Keith. I lost faith in Retro. I'm at this point. I'll believe it when I see it. They have literally given us nothing but Donkey Kong and a few Mario Kart tracks That's all they have done. And not to dump on Donkey Kong. I said Mario, but Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze and the few tracks they made for Mario Kart. Not to dump on that. Tropical Freeze was a dope game. But that's not the game I want from Retro. And I'm hoping, I believe that no, it ain't no hope. I believe Nintendo's finna knock 2019 out the park. They have no choice after what they didn't do in 2018. They had to be gearing up for 2019. So I'm not really concerned about if 2019 is going to be big for Nintendo. I'm just curious what games are they going to choose to release within this year out of all the games that they got currently projected to be coming. They got the Pokemon, the actual real Pokemon. Then they got Bayonetta. They got Metroid Prime 4. They got Pikmin out there somewhere that went dormant with Miyamoto. We don't even know if he's still alive. What's going on with Miyamoto? Where this dude at? I mean, like, I'm not worrying about them in 2019, but one of you asked the question, does Nintendo need new studios? And that's why I was like, I lost faith in Retro. And I'm going to throw this question back at you guys and you guys in the comment section before we move on to Resident Evil. Does Nintendo need new studios or are they fine? Like, well, what we've been seeing and the stuff that Nintendo's been putting out and the fact that Retro Studios, we haven't really seen anything that we would expect to see from a studio of that quality. Is it time for Nintendo to inquire or buy or purchase or create some new studios? I'll throw it back at you first, Keith, and then T2K, and then we go to Resident Evil.
I know D2K is going to go in on this, so I'll try to keep mine brief.
The truth, that's good. Oh, go on. I'm sorry. He said Platinum Games, but go ahead.
Their Platinum Games, they're happy where they are. Freelancing. Who want a game? Give us the money, we'll make it. No, Nintendo. I do believe Nintendo does need new studios, or they need new original ideas, or they need to stop relying on Old Faithful all the time. Because time and time again, we always criticize Nintendo for bringing out the Mario, Zelda, and Donkey Kong. Would that be the third one? Maybe Mario Kart. And they do. They rely on these games, and they market these games, and they map out space around these games so these games can shine. And they do it time and time again. And it's like it appears that that's all Nintendo has, but they're also putting out other little smaller things. But I would like for them to like have a new original game, and I hope that's what Retro is doing. And for them to put like some marketing behind it and say, yo, this is the new game. We have confidence and faith, and we're going to put this out there. It's not Mario Kart, it's not Zelda, it's not Mario, it's not Smash, it's none of that. And we know this game is good. Nintendo don't do that. They play it safe, and for business sake, that it makes sense to play it safe. But I think they need new ideas. If Retro can resurrect some of their old IPs that has nothing to do with the tried and true, I'll be happy with that. But if they can't, yes, get some new studios in there to breathe some new life into to surround it with those tried and true games at least. You know what I mean? Like, I want to see newer things coming out of Nintendo. Like, I think it was Reggie, how he was with the Wii U. I think it was, he was talking about, oh, we got third party. Forget all that. What? Because a Nintendo fan waiting on third party is like you waiting on grass to grow. You're trying to watch grass grow. Like, we can't really depend on that. We have to depend on you, Nintendo. So you got to give us some of the other things. If you can go out and buy some of those third-party games, that's fine. But we waiting on what are you going to do? Because that's why we bought this console. We know if we buy a PlayStation and an Xbox, we know the third party is going to take care of them. But we need some new, fresh ideas from you.
Okay.
Starlink is good. I think that should have been a Nintendo exclusive.
Was that Star? Oh, yeah. Yeah, they should have got that. They should have got that and made that a fully integrated Star Fox game. They should have put Star Fox face on that and let Ubisoft be the creators of it or the developers for it. That game would have went ham. But I agree. Go ahead, D2. I'll be right back. But go ahead.
Well, First of all, I think people need to hang up the phone on Retro Studios because
No.
yeah, because that company's they're not who they used to be anymore. All the people that were responsible for all the things that we loved about Retro Studios in the past and all the games that they brought us, those people are all gone.
Right.
They're all gone. They all left. They all went to go work for other studios. Two of the main people went to go work for Microsoft. Other people went to go work from other places. The turnover has been huge at Retro Studios, and it's still going on today. They can't keep people there because it's basically because Nintendo creates an environment where creativity is not allowed. You either do it our way or else, and a lot of people feel like this is pointless for us to be a part of this if we can't really create anything because we're not going to be any use to you to give any freshness to the company if you're just regurgitating the same old crap all the time. So they leave and they go work for somebody else. But they definitely need to go out and hire some new studios and put together some new. Same thing Microsoft is doing is what Nintendo needs to be doing. Go out and buy these smaller studios. You don't have to get a huge studio. You just buy these small indie studios and say, hey, we're going to buy you. You're going to make these games for us. You're going to make Star Fox for us. You're going to make Donkey Kong. You're going to make F-Zero. You're going to make Kid Icarus. And that will be your project to make those games and put your own spin on it or whatever. And that way you can have more AAA first-party titles being released throughout the year instead of having to wait 3 years for Mario. They did another 3 years for Zelda, another 3 years for Metro. You know, Nintendo doesn't do things piecemeal. They're not going to put games that are only got a year and a half development into it if it's a major IP. They're going to put all hands on deck, and they're going to take their time. It's going to go through a meticulous quality control process, and that takes a long time. So if you want quality games, you're not going to get a whole lot of those from Nintendo unless they go out and get new studios. So, and I was saying in the comments section how you saw, well, let me back the train a little bit first. We first heard Miyamoto sit there and say, well, I don't think there's anything else can be done with Star Fox. And he gave us that Star Fox Zero garbage. Then you have Ubisoft Toronto get their hands on the Star Fox for Starlink, and they made a better Star Fox game than Nintendo has in over 20 years.
Yeah, that's true. Hold up.
It's called congratulations. You played yourself.
That's why I said, where's Miyamoto, man? He's been the quietest I've ever seen with Nintendo. When's the last time you heard anything?
And you know what? And it's kind of interesting. He's been quiet, and Nintendo's been doing well.
Ouch. Look, he's so focused on how we play the game, which is what I'm going to bring up in Resident Evil 2. But he's so focused on how we play the game, and it's like not everything needs that treatment. Like, you can simmer down, sir. Like, just give me a controller. I don't need to look through the Wii U because I wanted to play Star Fox Zero so bad, and I think I played like a little demo of it or whatever. And I was like, I'm not going to invest in this. I'm not that Nintendo fan who says, oh well, you know, Nintendo yada yada yada. No, I'm not going to invest in this. I'm not supporting this. So no,
I didn't play it before I bought it. I bought it thinking maybe it's not as bad as it sounds. It was as bad and worse. I traded it back in, and I got like almost I got it right under $40 for it in a trade in. So I felt like I played $10 worth of that, $20 worth of that game, I'll say. But with that being said, I'm in agreement with both of you guys. I do think it's time for Nintendo to kind of take a play out of Microsoft's book and begin to acquire studios like they did with Retro. Like, you know, maybe go and see if Microsoft want to come off of, you know, Rare and get Banjo-Kazooie back and get some of them titles back and go after some of these guys that's been in your eShop like Shannon and other.
Well, I mean, those would be good buys and everything, but I think Nintendo needs to really make a big splash. And somebody mentioned it in the comments section. Yeah.
You think Bungie? Okay, Bungie in a position they can pick and choose whether they want or don't want to because they leaving. You think they will side with Nintendo?
Money talks. Nintendo
Money does
has
talk, and they got a whole gob of money.
Yes,
right now.
they do. Yes,
God, they got a gob of money.
Can the Switch actually articulate a game that they actually want to put out?
I think so. I mean, look what's on it right now. What? I mean, yeah, they would probably have to. They would probably have to come with humble, far as just throwing a whole bunch of, eye candy at folks. You probably won't be able to do that on the Switch, but can you get a game on there that people will want to play that that looks amazing? Yeah, I mean,
it's not like they could get. It's not like they couldn't get Destiny running on the Switch or something like that. But it's they could make games that are streamlined to fit on the Switch, and they actually could put that into the contract negotiations, saying, look, if you guys don't have any designs on making hardware that can rival what Sony, Microsoft, and Google are going to be doing, we're not interested.
Okay, let me answer this question. First of all, shouts out to T. Clapper. He asked the question. He said, yo, Levelhead, you getting Resident Evil tonight? No. I'm getting the demo. And if I can handle the demo and it doesn't scare me too bad, I might go out and get the actual game. But I'm sticking with the demo for right now. Let's see, like y'all ready to talk about this Resident Evil. So any last thoughts on what we've just talked about with Nintendo? Hey guys, we gave y'all a good hour or a good 45 minutes on Nintendo talk. So y'all should be proud of us. So y'all should be real happy with Nintendo right now. Y'all ready to move on?
Yeah.
So let's get into this Resident Evil. So I've been watching this game being played from different folks who either own the game or are playing the demo. Is the game out yet?
According to T. Clapper, is out in 1 hour and a half.
Okay, so everybody I've been seeing is either reviewers or they playing the demo. And Keith has gotten a chance to actually play that one time opportunity. You play the demo one time and that's it. Ain't that right? Once you play it, you can't play it again, right?
I never tried.
Oh, okay. Well, from what I heard, you only get a chance to play the demo once. Once you play it, that's
no. There's a time limit.
Okay, it's a time limit. All right, cool. So I've been watching people play this game, and I'm just gonna say, first of all, I haven't played it, but visually, I don't know if I'm ready to. This game, look, if the cinematics and the atmosphere is what I'm seeing, I don't know if I'm ready to sit down yet. That's why I said I'm working my nerves up to even try the demo. But with that being said, I'm gonna turn it over to Keith because he's actually played it and kind of let him fill us in on his take Resident Evil 2. Go ahead, bro.
All right. So I would say it's not as creepy as you're thinking. But so just a little history. Resident Evil 2 was like one of my favorite games of like all time. It was outside of Mega Man, it was what really made me like, yo, Capcom is like the best at that time. One of the best studios, developers that we have in the industry right now. Because I was just so impressed. Somehow, ironically, I skipped the original Resident Evil. But I did end up playing. I ended up going back and playing it. But Resident Evil 2 really, I never seen a game with so many cinematics and the talking and all that stuff. And it was just like a movie. It was just so dope. So they finally, remade Resident Evil 2. It's coming out in an hour and a half, according to T-Dot. It's been getting really great reviews. Like you said, the graphics are just top notch. They move some things around from my memory from the beginning of the game. So the demo, I can only talk about the demo. I can't talk about the actual game. The demo starts you off in the precinct, and you get a chance to look around and look at how they changed some things. And then you have to go to the right, and then you go in there, and it's super dark, and it's almost annoyingly dark. Like it was kind of annoying. Like, yo, this is really dark. I I really want to enjoy this, but it's like how you were saying, like I need to work up my nerve to play it. I can see how you can say that when it's like really dark, but at the same time, it's like it almost isn't even fun in that perspective. Like if it was like first person, I think it would have been super dope. But at the same time, it probably wouldn't have been as eerie. I don't know. So you go to the right, you think something's gonna jump out, nothing jumps out until you go talk to the one guy and he gets sliced in half. I'm not saying anything revealing because this is a demo, not revealing, but spoiler because this is a demo. He gets sliced in half, and then you start fighting the zombies. But my gripe with the game is it's too samey. Like this is like the back in the day, the limitations of the PlayStation and even the Saturn to a degree, the limitations bred those tank controls, and they forced Capcom to develop and be creative and make something special that we've never seen before in the Resident Evils and even the Dino Crisis. For anybody who remember those games,
Yeah.
They bred something very creative. But now we had this over the shoulder, kind of like we're going back to Resident Evil 4. It's over the shoulder, and it just for me, Resident Evil 2 was always like that, going around the corner, you don't know what's there. It to me is missing it. I feel like it was a missed opportunity for Capcom to like kind of almost reinvent the wheel, but I feel like they kind of played it safe by going right back to what we already are used to. Another gripe that I had, he was watching the monitor. And in the 90s, maybe this was cool, but it's 2019 or 2018 when this game was made. This ain't cool. So the guy is like looking at the zombie. He's like, stop. And he shoots one shot. Pow. Stop, dude. Unload the clip. Like, actually show me that you're afraid. Like, stop.
Hold up, Leon.
It's called congratulations. You played yourself.
But that was just a gripe. It's like where's the writing could be a lot better. You know what I mean? Like, he's really sitting there saying, stop, help, blah, blah, blah. And he shoots one shot. That's just a gripe, whatever. But
maybe he had the golden gun. I don't know.
He didn't have golden gun. The zombie just kept coming. He's really trying to talk to the zombie and shot one time. Like, dude, come on. But anyways, overall, again, it's a beautiful game. I'm definitely gonna get it. I'm not gonna get it day one. I don't do it no more. I'm gonna wait because they're probably gonna come out with a DLC and it's gonna be a Resident Evil 2 remake, special edition. I'll get that one for $19 when it comes out. I'm in no hurry. But it's a beautiful game. Definitely gonna enjoy it because I enjoyed the demo. D2K, I wish you could have played it. Yours didn't work out. You said, but other than that, yeah, that's all I got. I think.
Okay. Now D2K, I know you haven't played it, but have you? I get feedback from somewhere.
I haven't changed anything.
Okay. I don't know what it is. It's gone now. Have you seen enough of a D2K where you feel like you can just from looking outside, not playing it, give your thoughts on it?
No, because I mean, I told you in the group chat that I started off the game. I walk into this room and there's like a computer, a laptop on the table, and some other items, and I click on the laptop to read the message, and then after that I can't see anything. And I'm thinking like, well, maybe this is part of the game. Maybe something happened and he had his vision has to come back slowly or something. But no, it's just that everything looked gray. I could see icons pointing out where things are in the room, but I couldn't see anything. So I don't know what was wrong. I don't know if it was something wrong with the demo I downloaded. I don't know if it was something wrong with my computer. I don't know if it was a bug. I don't know what was going on, but I just got frustrated. I just said, forget it. Turn it off.
Okay. Well, until I actually play it, I'm just gonna leave it at what Keith said. But visually, it looks amazing. Let's go. I want to build on what you said though. When Capcom wants to, Capcom visually is impressive when they want to be. I think about what is it? World.
Monster Hunter.
Monster Hunter World. Like that's a good looking game. Like when they want to, they can do some great stuff. It's just they get lazy at times. But I'm curious. I mean, I don't know if I've reached my threshold with Resident Evil, and I don't have any problem with them kind of going to the Resident Evil 4 over the shoulder look. I like that. I just hope that he has freedom, or they have freedom to move without having to stop and shoot and then walk and stop and shoot. Like, to me, that would be disappointing to me. I hope they don't do that in the game. Like, you can actually shoot as you can actually move as you shoot, right?
Yeah, well, I think you can. Yeah, you can.
Okay, so so outside of that, that'll probably be only thing that would make me frustrated with the game, because that's kind of what took me out of Resident Evil 5 was I understand why they did this no, I don't really understand why they did it on the GameCube, because they probably could have done better, but I definitely didn't understand why they did that with 5 on the 360 and the PlayStation 3. Which that was a cool game if you played it, but those little things that they could have reworked the wheel a little bit or reimagined how they approached that could have made that game a lot better. But I guess if you can run and shoot, it'll make it less. It'll give you too much freedom and easy to gun and shoot and run and shoot and stuff like that. But I guess with them making you stand in one spot, it makes it more, I guess, intense, I guess. So, but I'm looking forward to playing it. I'm going to probably download it tomorrow. Probably when I get off work, I'll probably download it and try it out. Probably that night or tomorrow or Saturday. But no, I'm definitely not playing tonight. No, my wife ain't here right now, and I got the kids. I need to be a man in front of them. I can't be screaming. I got my 16-year-old son up there. He don't need to see daddy yelling and screaming and running out the room. He don't need to see none of that. With that being said, let's move on. So Kingdom Hearts. Is it Kingdom Hearts 3? Am I right on that?
Yep.
Any of you guys interested in this game?
I believe he is talking to the chat because I have never played any of them.
That's dang, man. You and me both, bro. I played one, but I didn't care enough about it to want to buy it. I played over a friend's house, but I just don't get I guess it's like Zelda for some people to us. Like they just don't get the love affair with Zelda. I don't get Kingdom Hearts.
I get it. I just never really got into it because I'm not into RPGs and stuff like that. But I understand the concept of it, where you're combining the Disney universe with the Square Enix universe, and they're having this adventure together. I mean, it's kind of cool if you're into that kind of stuff. But I mean, I like that stuff somewhat. But like I said, I'm not an RPG type of guy. Don't have the patience for it, so that's why I never got into it.
Okay, no, I just don't get it. I'm with you. I don't get. I was like, maybe I came too late to the party. But I don't understand this big key sword. I was like, okay, I got a key for a sword, and Daffy and Goofy is showing up for whatever.
No, not Daffy. Daffy's not in there.
I mean, not Daffy, but okay, wait a minute, hold up.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Donald.
If Daffy was in there, then that might be.
I gotta stop. Yeah, Donald showing up.
If Daffy was in there too, they'd be like, okay, they got Looney Tunes characters in there too. All right.
Welcome to the show, Bad Latency. What's up, bro? Oh, the video game her. But yeah, I just never understood. I have yet to understand what's the big deal with Kingdom
One thing I'll say is I really love the intro to Kingdom Hearts 2. I mean, that was some.
I think I heard the music. I think
that music was amazing. I mean, the intro, it kind of has like a dream feel to it, and the music fits perfectly like that. If you haven't seen it before, I would just look it up on YouTube. And it's like, man, I want to play this game right now. That's how it kind of feels. But you put the game on, it's like, oh, it's not like the video.
I will say this. Thank you, Square, for even making the game, because I'm still waiting on Mega Man Legends. Oh, wait.
Yeah. You're right, Prime. And some Prime said that I think is legit. He said, but Nintendo makes kiddie games. And I'm thinking about Kingdom Hearts and the love affair that everybody has with it. And I was just, when I was playing, I was like, why am I running around with a key for a sword? Like, why? What is this? Like, I never.
The thing I don't understand is that why hasn't Nintendo made a game like that?
Because I think they got games like that.
No, I mean specifically where you're taking like characters that you wouldn't expect to be together, like Samus. You know, like it's not you have like Smash Bros. And everybody is like this big cornucopia, but you just like one person from this genre, from that.
Hold on, D2. Hold on. Say that again. What'd you say? Cornucopia?
Cornucopia.
Oh boy, I gotta give you a handshake on that. Oh my god. Go ahead, man.
Just like different characters from Nintendo universe, but put them in a situation where they have to figure out how to survive. They just dropped off somewhere and they have to use their assets they have to figure out how to get out of this jam or get wherever they are. And everybody has something that helps in certain areas and something that helps in other areas, but everybody has a weakness too. So that's something it's different.
Yeah, I can see them creating a new character and using the Nintendo universe as instead of Disney is Nintendo and Mario, and that would be dope. But I still don't understand Kingdom Hearts. I just don't. I don't. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I missed the boat when I was supposed to get it and understand it. But it's the same thing with Final Fantasy. I've never understood. Maybe, well, I guess that goes back to the NES. I mean, the Super NES in that era, and I missed it then. I missed the boat then. I've never understood the love affair with these titles, but especially Kingdom Hearts. I don't get it. And I seen that it came out today. I seen a Twitter post where a cat was yelling at the top of his lung because he had Kingdom Hearts 3. Like, okay, bro. Like, okay, you got Kingdom Hearts 3. I'm just Nia said I'm just not an RPG head. I guess I'm not. I don't know. I mean, but I mean, it got elements that I could get into. It got Zelda-like elements. Like the one I played, you was on this island, and I was running around, and it's just, to me, the physics just didn't make sense to me. Like this, I don't know, but I guess it's animated world, cartoony world. I don't know, but I might have to look into it at another date. But I think Nintendo could borrow some of those ideas and definitely make because they got the foundation like Zelda. You take a Zelda foundation, create a whole new protagonist, and then introduce all their like Smash Bros, all of them characters, they would have a hit on their hand, definitely. That probably would outpace Kingdom Hearts,
or maybe put that as a part of Smash Bros.
Yeah.
Instead of making a separate game, weave that into Smash Bros to keep the whole thing going. You have this.
Isn't it the spirits part of Smash Bros?
No, that's not spirits.
No.
Spirits is like spirits ain't making no sense to me. I play it and I say, I don't want to play it.
I checked out. I was like, I don't know what y'all talking about. I don't care.
Right. It's so meaningless. It is. And they gotta stop with the text. Look, sometimes I don't care to read what you're talking because, like you said, Keith, it ain't worth reading. So I'm not reading this. I'm just gonna keep pushing A until you give me what I need and go on about your business. I don't want to read what you got to say.
Man, listen, I was watching just random conversation. I was watching the anime, Kuroko no Basketball. If anybody wanted to watch that, not in English, in Japanese, and I was trying to eat some food, and I was like, man, if I eat this food and look down, I'm gonna miss whatever they're talking about. So yeah, I'm with you, level. I don't want to read that all the time. Put some words in there.
Yeah, Nintendo got to start putting words. I'm with K-Bum on that. I'm tired of reading stuff, Nintendo. I squint now. I'm getting to that age where I still see it, but I'm squinting a little bit, Nintendo. So you need to start going ahead and reading this stuff for me. I don't want to read no more. But let me add this in because I've been thinking this as well, Cornelius. I do feel like Nintendo needs to make a Ganon-focused Zelda game. Where remember that game they had where you was the villain. I can't remember what the name of the game was, but you played as the villain in the game, huh?
Wario. I'm just playing. I don't know.
No, it was almost like Lord of the Rings, and they had a version before, but then they had a version where you played as the villain in that game, and you got his perspective. You got the story from his angle. It was like a DLC or something. I can't remember the name of the game, but I think Nintendo should spend more time in developing Ganon and that character that was introduced to us in Ocarina of Time. I really do. I think Nintendo is really missing out. I think that game might sell more than the actual Link and Zelda. If you made a game where you played as Ganon and you got his story and you got his perspective, you got how he got the Triforce of, I think, of power and his ambition and why he's trying to, how he see it. Because, you can, almost like what they did with, going into MCU with Infinity Wars. That was Thanos movie. That was about Thanos. It wasn't about the Avengers. It was about Thanos, and the Avengers was in a Thanos movie. See what I'm saying? We was following Thanos around. Mm-hmm. We went to this place with Thanos to get this stone, and he had to do this to get that stone. We was on the shit with Thanos when he got that stone. That was a Thanos story. Mm-hmm. And I think Nintendo should do something like that with Ganon, to where we get his story to understand and flesh out who he is and his ambitions and where it start from. Because one thing with Wind Waker that made me start looking at Ganon differently. He let Link escape. He wasn't really trying to kill Link. He was trying to restore stuff, even though he was trying to restore it from his perspective. It was in his mind he was doing something good. It was weird. Like
that's exactly like Thanos.
Right. And so I think Nintendo is missing out on. I'm with you, Cornelius. I think that'll be something that'll be dope. But anyway.
Shout out to weaving MCU into the podcast.
K-Bump messes up, man.
But we got Smash Bros.
Well, welcome to the show, East 99 Eternal. Welcome to the show, D2K. Oh, that's right. You already here.
Cue it up. Cue it up.
I'm messing with you. I'm messing. Anyway, so let's get to this.
You played yourself.
What do y'all think about this new Mortal Kombat?
You tried to move on real fast.
I did that on purpose. What do y'all think about this new Mortal Kombat 11? Did y'all all see the what is that, Netherland Studio? What's the name of their studio?
NetherRealm
Studio? Yeah. Oh, okay.
It's called Congratulations. You played yourself.
Netherland. Anyway, NetherRealm Studios blowout for Mortal Kombat 11. Starting with, I guess I throw it at you, D2K, since I've been starting with Keith. What was your thoughts if you watched it?
I didn't see what you're talking about. I have seen some bits and pieces of it. I saw a piece of footage somewhere online where they were talking about Ronda Rousey supposedly she's supposed to be Sonya Blade in the game. I don't know.
She's voicing Sonya Blade. Yep.
Yeah. That's the last thing I saw, and I was watching the match with Sonya Blade against I think it was Raiden, and to me, it's like it's a great looking. There's nothing that's like, wow, this is so much different than the last one. It's like, okay, yeah. It's like, yeah. I mean, it was cool before, and it's still cool. What else you got?
Yeah, that kind of. I'm with you on that. That kind of threw me back. That they was acting as if what you were seeing was way beyond what you saw before. I was like, this looks like what we had. This looks like you kind of took the old Mortal Kombat with on the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, and then took the kind of the skins that you had on Justice. Is it Injustice? and basically made it and used that to make this one. It don't look drastically different from what was before, in my opinion.
Now we should say that the previous one looked amazing,
right?
So it wasn't like there was far to go anyway. I mean, they don't really have that much wiggle room in the first place. So I guess they have to make it seem like a big deal because they want you to go out and buy it.
True.
They can't say, oh, here's Mortal Kombat 11. You can buy it if you want to. Okay.
Let's deal with this though. Are we feeling Ronda Rousey as Sonya's voice?
You know, I'm a huge WWE fan, and I try to watch it, but it's become really bad. But there's another conversation. But one of the things that is one of the reasons why I don't watch it is because I can't handle listening to Ronda Rousey on the microphone. I wish she would just shut up and put people in arm bars and be done with it. But her mic skills are terrible. And it's her voice just does not sound intimidating to me at all. And I'm not looking forward to hearing her voice at all in this game. I'm really not.
Yeah, I don't watch WWE, and I'm let you back in here, Keith. I don't watch WWE. But when I saw that she was coming, that helped me stop watching as well. So she contributed to me continue to not watch. But when I saw her sit down and she began to talk about being in this game, and she just came off fraudulent. You could tell the girl had never didn't really play Resident Evil. She said, I've always admired Sonya Blade. I modeled myself after her. Really? You modeled yourself after? How old was you then, Ronda? You didn't model yourself after Sonya Blade. Stop, man. Just say they asked you to play the role and you thought it was cool and she is kind of she's pays attention to stuff like that. I mean, she's a huge DBZ fan. We'll talk about DBZ in a minute. But she's a huge DBZ fan. Like Vegeta is her favorite. She actually admitted that Vegeta was her childhood crush. If you have a crush on the video. Yeah. I don't believe don't believe nothing she says, man. I don't believe her.
And then I think when she showed up at WrestleMania 31, which was at San Francisco or wherever that is, you know, when she came into the ring, she jumped in the ring with The Rock. She had on the shirt that said it's over 9,000 Vegeta's head on it and stuff like that.
I gotta say this. Cornelius, I gotta give you this, man. This is what this dude said, man. She said, not really here for the voice acting. Truth be told, it's going to be mute while I'm listening to Jay Electronica or Big Crit. So I like
nice.
Yeah. But go ahead and finish what you were saying, D2K. I ain't mean to butt in like that.
Yeah, I mean, she, you know, I don't know. I mean, she's in her mid-30s, so she's old enough to be a part of the Mortal Kombat generation.
Well, I'm just being honest, man. I just don't buy. Anything she says, man.
Well, she comes across as very fake in the first place. I think that's what you're seeing. She doesn't.
Is I'm being sexist? Yeah. I'm being sexist, Cornelius. I apologize. I don't buy nothing she said.
Slap yourself.
I don't believe it. Stupid. I'm just playing, Cornelius. You're not stupid.
But we got Smash Bros. though.
Anyway, no, I don't. I just don't. She's like what Keith D2K said. She come off very fraudish to me. Like nothing she says is believable to me. I don't know. It may be because she lost. I don't know, but she just.
Well, I don't feel bad about that no more. I mean, a lot of people gave her, was giving her the business because what old girl did to her, but after what she did to Cyborg. Shoot, I wouldn't want to, man. Woo! Nunez is something else, boy.
Yeah, she beat the crap out of that girl. But anyway, so let's move on to this last topic. So,
guys, can get my
Dragon Ball Super Broly. Some people got to see it the right way, others the way we got it. Because it left the theater before I could get there, and I wasn't waiting. This movie was pretty amazing. And before we get out of here, we kind of want to give our thoughts on it. Speaking of, since Ronda Rousey loves Vegeta and he was her crush.
I am the prince of all Saiyans.
I wish I could talk like him. But D2K, give me your thoughts on this movie, bro.
Well, man, it's really hard to quantify this movie because, you know, there's so much packed into a 2-hour frame. I mean, it was probably the longest Dragon Ball movie that there's been. It's just really, there wasn't anything about it that I didn't like. Everything was done well. Everybody got their shine on. You know, everything worked. And you saw character growth in a lot of the characters, particularly Goku and Vegeta. And both of them doing things without having to be told to do them was something that kind of resonated with me in the movie. The fact that Goku, he knew that he wasn't going to be able to beat Broly the way he was fighting him. And normally, Goku would just try to just bulldozer his way through the whole thing and come up with some kind of BS super move at the end and win the day. That didn't happen this time. He said, no, Piccolo, we might need some help here. And he did that very early on in the fight. Yep. You know, he was I ain't even playing like that. And then Vegeta, once they started up again, Vegeta was all like, dude, this is not the time to be trying to He-Man this by yourself. We need to fight together. Vegeta says that.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
Are you seriously going to sit there and try to fight him alone?
Keith, stop, man. This dude is going crazy over there.
And then, you know, it was just, and the humor in the movie was so, I mean, it was not a whole lot of humor, but the humor in there was so good. Like when Vegeta and Goku were trying to feud. I think the first time when it was like suggesting that they fuse, and Vegeta was like, I'm not doing this crazy pose, and he did it anyway. It was the stupidest looking pose I've ever seen. And then like they got it wrong like twice. The second time they got it wrong, they put like this geometry of symbol up there to say, well, you were 60 degrees over and he was 45 degrees.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Like, what? It was just so it was so fun, and the community. It was, to me, it kind of felt like anybody who saw the Dragon Ball movie Fusion Reborn, the movie where the last time they fused become Gogeta and they fought against Janemba, which I hope they bring it back someday. It kind of reminded me a lot of that, where it was a very quick, fast-paced movie. Let's get to the point. But there's so much more that came out of this movie about what's going to happen with Broly, what's going to happen with Goku and Vegeta, and what's going on right now in the manga, which is going to lead into the Dragon Ball Super story arc and all that. It was just amazing.
Okay. Yeah. Keith, what's your thoughts, bro? You actually got to see it in its full glory.
Yeah, I did, but something was wrong with the sound. But anyways. Yes, that we losing people, man. Y'all not Dragon Ball fans in here? Are you not a Dragon Ball fan? Listen, this movie felt full and complete from beginning to end. And there were some moments where I feel like they probably cut some things out, specifically Bardock, because they went from one scene from him talking to what was it? Janae, his wife's name. Went from talking to her to him shooting the blast at Frieza's blast when he destroyed Planet.
Yeah, sure did. Yeah,
that was very quick.
That was weird. That was weird.
That was a quick little jump scene there, but for the most part, for me, this is like a really complete Dragon Ball movie, because most of them, like you go to the Cooler movie, right? It's like, oh, they're being peaceful, and all of a sudden they just right into the action, you know, and then Goku dang near dies and all this other stuff. But this one had like an actual well thought out story and I don't know, maybe D2K can agree with this. They retconned some things in this movie. I think for the better. And then you got a chance to see Frieza, like he's more like he's not really a villain to me anymore. It's like a comic relief, but he could, you know, still be evil, but it's like he's really not a threat.
Yeah, he's like, he got it out for Goku, but I think he also likes Goku. It's like he really isn't a villain no more. He kind of just an annoyance that They just got a foil here and there.
He's starting to turn into what Vegeta was like right around the beginning of the Android saga, where Vegeta was like, look, it ain't sweet. I'm still gonna kick your butt, but we're gonna fight together against the androids. That's kind of how Frieza, he's almost at that point where it's like, I still hate you, but
I was going to say
I kind of need you.
I was going to say Namek. I was going to say he kind of reminded me of Frieza in the Namek saga, where Frieza was helping them, but it was still selfish. It was a selfish. He had a purpose for helping, like he wanted Dragon Balls for himself. So he played his role until he got what he wanted, but he definitely wasn't for Goku or anything like that.
His new wish is hilarious.
Yeah, don't spoil it. Don't spoil it.
I'm not gonna spoil it.
Yeah, but there was him and Bulma. But let me say this: what I liked about the movie is the retconning of Broly. I don't even know if that's retconning, but how they introduced Broly and kind of reimagined him. I think his character was dope. I like some of the aspect that they and the way that they presented him to the storyline and everything like that. He reminds me of Gohan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it had a Gohan feel, like innocent, impressionable, really nice,
gentle,
but at the same time has, an affinity for wanting to help others, and then he had that same type of way, how Gohan's power would show up when he was pushed in a corner and had no other choice, and that's kind of what Broly reminded me of. And I'm like, man, he reminds me of the child Gohan with Piccolo, and I just thought it was well thought out how they introduced him. It's a way better Broly than what we saw in the original. Like, that Broly was kind of just kind of weird that you hate Goku because he was crying when y'all was a baby. That was really kind of stupid reason to want to kill Goku, And I also like, and I know this is very controversial, and a lot of people are still kind of upset with this. I like Bardock, or how you say it? Bardock? Is it Bardock?
Bardock. I
like Bardock. I like this red content of Bardock, if that makes sense. I know there was two different stories. One that's kind of similar to this one, and the one where he was just a bad, and he was the first one to turn into a Super Saiyan and all that. These was not canon stories, but you had two different versions. And I'm glad they went with this one. I think it makes sense for who Goku is. And it makes sense to why Goku is, because he was forward thinking. He had a discernment that none of the other ones had. You know what I'm saying? And they kind of put that Superman in there, that kind of Superman, Clark Kent, Goku. They was real slick with some stuff. Like, okay, this is our Superman. That's basically what they was saying with Goku. And
there's a Hulk and Loki in there too. Where we go?
Okay, yeah. So I thought it was cleverly wrote. This definitely has set Dragon Balls to be Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball Super to be here for a while, and judging by how well it's doing at the theaters, we definitely going to get more movies and more of this series. So I'm glad it was successful. Broly was dope to me. Actually, I could see a lot being done with Broly. Like when Vegeta did what he did, and you thought it was over, and Broly snapped, and you see Vegeta in that state, in the form he was in, kind of get nervous. I was like, oh my, and then when Frieza did what he did, and that Broly show, I was like, oh my God, man. And the version I watched was horrible, but I was still at the edge of my seat. Like, this movie is ridiculous. So I can't wait to see it in its full glory, man. But go ahead. Anybody else before we get out of here?
Yeah, I just do want to add that in the past, Dragon Ball Z and then like Dragon Ball Super's just been amazing. I'm not gonna lie. But in the past, Dragon Ball Z, you could tell that it was aging, and it really didn't age compared to about the time that we got it in the Americans, rather. It didn't really age as well as like a lot of the other animes that surrounded it. Like I didn't watch Naruto, but I can see how people would like something like a Naruto. Right now, I'm into My Hero Academia and Black Clover, two ones that I'm watching right now. I'm just glad that it finally feels like it's Dragon Ball is like what it should have been a long time ago. You know, it was very slow paced, and I just like everything that they're doing with it. Super's amazing. I'm kind of happy to still be a Dragon Ball fan.
Yeah. Let me answer this question from Cornelius. He says, so you're predicting a Gohan versus Broly matchup in the new season of Super? No, because Gohan wouldn't have nothing, wouldn't want nothing to do with Broly. This is what I'm saying. I believe Broly is what Gohan was to the series. I believe, and I said this to Keith and I said to y'all, I believe they're prepping Broly to be the face at some point. Remember in the original, Goku comes back to train Oob to replace him. Mm-hmm. If you watch the movie, I can't spoil. I don't want to spoil anything for those who haven't seen it, but there are some indications of how it ends leave you to think that Goku has intentions for Broly. And just like he saw, just like when Gohan came out of the time, what do you call that? The
hyperbolic time chamber.
Hyperbolic time chamber. I got that out. Yes. Anyway, and when he went down there and he powered up, but when you get through the storyline, Goku's whole thing was to present Gohan because he knew Gohan was more stronger than him. I think how they introduced Broly, without spoiling anything, and I want you to see it yourself and you come to this conclusion, that there is some plans for Broly because what he is, Goku and Vegeta ain't that. They ain't that, man. Unless they nerf them in the series from the movie, kind of like what they did with Super Saiyan God, they nerfed it from the movie to the series. If he was only like that for the movies, then he's gonna be a little bit different, or they're gonna make it more reasonable in the series. If they stick with who Broly is in the movie, oh yeah, I can see him down the line being kind of like a Gohan once he figured out how to control himself and control who he was and tap into his full potential under control. Yes, I think they got major plans for Broly.
Well, they're definitely going to need him because of who they have to see next.
Yeah, this man, I'm telling you, when you see the movie, if you haven't seen it, I'm telling you, man, Broly, the way that they done Broly is like, this dude, and he popular. You know, you got to be, Broly is one of the most popular Dragon Ball character, even though he was never canon. Now that they made him canon, I ain't gonna say he ever beat Goku or Vegeta, but he definitely one of the most favorite in the roster of characters. So, and the way that they introduced him makes you like him. It automatically makes you like who he is. There's a lot of things to like about him. And even when he was fighting Goku, you kind of was rooting for Broly.
Yeah, I have a different take about the intentions for Goku in terms of why he did what he did at the end of the movie. Because he wasn't the only person that had plans for Broly.
You're right. There's another person trying to get to him.
Yeah, and I think that Goku, being who he is and being a Saiyan, sees the potential of Broly bringing something out of him that we may have seen a glimpse of when he was powering up in this movie out, so that Goku can do one of two things: either beat Jiren head up or beat Beerus head up.
Well, he said, and again, I'm thinking, and Keith, I don't want to, what time is it? I'll give us another 5 minutes. He said something that towards the end of the movie, Goku said something to Broly in that exchange about Beerus that was very, very puzzling. Did you catch that? What he said to Beerus, to Broly?
Yeah, that's when Beerus sneezed.
Right. Did you take that as he was basically saying please? But like, boy, please, you don't know yet, Goku. But
Goku doesn't even know, or nobody knows the full extent of Beerus' actual power. So
right, but they were impressing Beerus in the tournament. So I don't. It's so much out there. But you got to see the movie. With that, we don't want to spoil anything, because even though I heard and knew that there was going to be some interaction with Goku and Broly after the fight, when you see it, it's like what I heard, like what we said right here ain't nothing. It's just, you just know it's going to be. It's just like watching a Marvel movie. You know there's going to be a after credit, a scene, a trailer after the credits. It ain't spoiling anything, because what you need to see the interaction for yourself. And you will come away with your own theories on what just took place. But overall, this was probably the best Dragon Ball. Without a doubt, this was the best Dragon Ball movie ever created. I won't say the story was crazy above other Dragon Ball stories, but the way that they animated it is second to nothing. Second to nothing. This is some of the best animation in animated movies, period.
It's the best fight scene I've ever seen.
Yeah,
best fight scene I've ever seen.
And Broly is a freaking tank on steroids. Like, it was ridiculous, man. When that brother came out the ground with them red eyes, when you see that in this full, not just a little clip, when you see panic in Goku and Vegeta's eyes, like they was panicking while Beerus was snoring. That should tell you something. Beerus didn't even bother to come.
No, Beerus was he was babysitting the baby. Remember?
Yeah, he's back there babysitting. Yeah.
He's like, hey, wait a minute, come back here.
And what did you think about Whis? The interaction with the part with Whis.
See, that was another thing, is that Whis seem to be, there's something about Whis that I can't put my finger on. It's almost like he's looking for somebody to replace Broly. Yeah,
There's somebody looking for somebody to replace Beerus.
He keeps asking Goku that question over and over. Why do you keep training so hard? Do you want to be the next God of Destruction?
I think they might have found him. But anyway, without that, if you get a chance to check it out, man, check it out. It's definitely worth a watch. But if you can, unlike me and my boy D2K, we couldn't wait. So we went on and we watched the way we could. If you can get it some kind of way, wait until it come out on Blu-ray or catch it a way that is in a greater quality, I would suggest doing that. But any way you can get it, it's going to be worth watching. I enjoyed every minute of it. I watched it twice, actually. So, but with that being said, any final thoughts? Okay, nobody have any final thoughts. So I'll let you sign out. Keith, go ahead, bro.
Oh man, it was great catching up with you guys. It was great talking about the things that we talked about. You making me want to go back and watch the Dragon Ball movie again. I'm probably gonna buy it. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
Let's just call a spade a spade. I'm buying it. But yeah, man, until next time.
Okay. D2K, I speak for me and you. But yeah, man, I appreciate all you guys showing up down here in the live chat. The Truth, Lurking Ghoul, Alex, Cornelius, who else was down here? Tony, Nia, K Genius. There's a lot of y'all down. Ninsin Gamer was up in here. T. Clapper was up in here. Who else? There's a lot of y'all down here. Bad Latency. I like your name, bro. You was up in here. But everybody that was in the live chat, I appreciate y'all keeping us company, keeping us on our toes. East 99 Eternal. Everybody that was here, man, I appreciate you guys, and I hope y'all tune in next time. Share this on your Twitter accounts and everywhere else that you socialize, and help us build up our viewers, man. You know, we try to entertain you guys for 2 hours, and we just hope that y'all enjoy it. But this was a Live and Level Gamers podcast. Till next time, deuces.